At Heirs Properties, we don't cut corners. Quality is not an option, it's the standard. This is the ongoing piling work for our block of apartments. And let's hear what the engineer has to say about this. Okay, sir. I would like you to just give us a few insights on why piling is very much important for this ongoing project.
Okay. As you can see,
Okay.
the purpose of piling, majorly in every site where piling is necessary, is due to the soil capacity. Most of the soil, when they are loose, or probably when the soil capacity is a bit lower, we understand that it's not strong enough. That is why we introduce piling.
Okay.
Like here now in our site here, the reason we introduce piling is because the soil here, it's not that the capacity is not too good, but in order to avoid any unnecessary tinting or defect of the building.
Yes.
That is the purpose we introduced the piling.
Okay.
And it's for the safety of the building because of the level, the height of what we are going to.
Okay, because of the height of...
Yes, of the building. It's high rising. So because of the height and the strength of the building, piling can able to distribute, you understand, the load properly onto the layer of the soil. That is the deep layer of the soil.
Yeah. So what would you say are the consequences? Let's say we do not do the piling. What are the likely risks to come up?
Yeah, the first risk that it might come up, firstly, the building might tint.
Okay.
And secondly, it may liable to collapse.
Okay. When you say tint, you do mean like bend?
Yes.
Okay.
That is why you see most of the building they bent.
Okay.
You understand? That is the tint.
Yeah, okay.
Because of the strength of the land. When the load, that is the structural load, when it's being distributed to a low capacity of the ground, that is the ground level, the layer where the strength is supposed to reach. If it's not able to get to that level, you will see the building will tint.
Okay. And
And such can happen if there is no piling on this project. So the reason for piling necessity is just because of to avoid such occurrences.
Okay. So what's the depth of the pile and how much do we need to have it, compact for the level of building we're looking at?
In actual fact, you cannot determine the depth of the piling like we are discussing. No, it's based on geometric assessment.
Okay.
You have to get involved of soil test. After the soil test now we give it to the structural engineer. The structural engineer now will determine how many pile due to the architectural design. That will now give us how many pile we have to have by the structural design, because the first thing is that the soil test will give us the report. That is the strength of the soil. So by then, that strength will give us the depth is going. That is one. Then about the piling point. The piling point can only be determined when we have known the strength, then we know the load. You understand? The span.
Yes.
The span.
Okay.
By the span, that is why we are going to determine the point. And that can be done by the structural calculation.
Wow.
So structurally it's going to be calculated. And after that, then they will now say, okay, we now conclude on the quantity and the number of the pile to be done.
So on this site, what's the number of piling points we have currently?
Currently, what we have here now is 105 piling.
Wow, 105.
Yes.
Okay. So how do we determine, the integrity of the piling? What are the necessary precautions you put in place to make sure that it is solid to avoid any problems coming up?
Yeah, that is, we have to get our team, we work based on expertise. You understand? Yeah. In such cases, what we do is that there are some investigation we have to do, such like solic or piling driving. That is to check balance, to do the test and to investigate and test. So, and as the work is ongoing, you have to be checking, you understand, with all these things in order to make sure that the rate of the concrete, you understand, the strength of the iron, and everything must to be in position and in place. After doing that, so by then, for installation to come up. So that's how to check on it.
Okay, I think that's about the basic questions we have. So thank you very much for giving us all of these insights. And this is just to say that at Heirs Properties, we build luxury that lasts.